Yes, everybody seems to be working here tonight. All my systems are on. All my Wi Fi systems that are not involved in the stream are off. And it's good evening from Gavin Bass 1 on this lovely Wednesday evening. Good evening, Brody. Always the first one here. Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed the intro. If not, watch it back because it's a cracking intro. We're in Brazil tonight. This is Revolt Racing League, and this is a short quali and a 50% race. Lots to talk about this evening, especially this lad Kelly Kid, who's going to knock him off this top spot. I have some details of the league this evening, and I will be going through them in time, and we'll talk about different things during the quali and during the race. But lovely to see a few people on board so far. I'm sure there'll be other viewers as the night goes on. Maybe Brody, you could just give me a thumbs up there and just let me know that everything's coming through loud and clear. Always good to know that it's working because if it's not, it's most frustrating. So the guys are just readying up now. 10 seconds to go before we go into the pit lane. Hiya, Ben. What about you, sir? Good to see you in the Ferrari tonight, my favourite car. Thumbs up from Brody. Everything's coming through loud and clear. A good friend of mine's racing tonight as well. He called him Ben Wally. He's driving the Ferrari. And it's going to be one hell of a night for sure. That is absolutely for sure. So let's go down the drivers. In one, we've got Ben Wally in the Ferrari. Two, Mr. Twist in the Alpine. Mazamak in the Haas this evening. We've got Little Aaron in the Mercedes. Ken Boy's driving the Williams car tonight. Labrat is driving the Racing Bull. And Unicorn is in the Ferrari. So Unicorn and Ben Wally are teammates tonight. Kelly Kidd, our league winner leader at the moment, is in the kick as always. Nice to see Pulley in tonight in the Mercedes. Nice to see you, Pulley. Good to see you, sir. Ribs is driving the Aston Martin this evening. Gaz is in the Alpine. Sneaky Loser is in the Red Bull. Mischief, hiya Mischief, is in the Williams. Jackal, good evening, Jackal. Good evening to you, sir. He's in the Aston Martin. Maverick, he's in the McLaren this evening. Leon, Basic Beetle, is going out onto his lap now, and he's in the Red Bull. In the second kick this evening, we've got GoBox, and in the other McLaren, we have got Mr. Harry. Black Box in the Haas, and Low Pro is in the Racing Bull. Due to rain in the race around 45 minutes. Due to rain in the race around 30 to 45 minutes. Hi, Kelly. Don't know what you mean by that. Due to rain in the race around 30 to 45 minutes. Not sure what that means, due to the rain. Anyway, let's go and see who's on an out lap after 30 minutes. All right, okay. Interesting information. We're going to have some wetness on the track. I am Scouse. English is my second language. Love it. I know the feeling. I absolutely know the feeling. So who's on an out lap? It looks like this lad just might be on an out lap, and this is, a lap, and this is Little Aaron, and he's driving the Mercedes this evening. So he's definitely on a lap for real. Round the left-hander he goes, and he's now going to climb up the hill. You know what I mean, Moody? I call pictures. Now the tight right-hander. Little bit under the throttle into this left-hander. Get up into fourth gear as quick as you can here and squeeze the RS, which he does, round this beautiful right-hander. And he is on for his first lap this evening. We're on with Little Aaron in the Mercedes, and let's see what his banker lap is going to do. And he's going to set probably the first time this evening, and it'll be interesting to see what he does. There we go. So Little Aaron puts in a 110.537, Jackal a 109.809, 109.460 for Leon. Maverick is in the 109.234, and Mr. Harry has the fastest lap so far right now with a 108.999. Oh, Mamaza. Looks like Mr. Twist has retired early due to possibly qualification bans. Poor Mr. Twist. He's on the naughty step this evening. But anyway, we're riding along Mazza. He's one of the fast guys in the league, so we're expecting a 108 here of some description. And yes, we're going to have it. It's a 108.656, and that puts Mazza in provisional pole in the Haas. Nice lap, sir. Ben Wally puts in a 109.087, so Ben's not making any fool of himself this evening. He has come along as a reserve driver tonight. It'd be lovely to see Ben as a full-time driver. I know he's involved with other leagues, but I know the guy has commitments elsewhere. But it's lovely to see Ben Wally out here this evening in that beautiful Ferrari. On Magaz, he's in the Alpine. He's in Sector 3. He's just about to start Sector 3. Go-Box is out doing a wee bit of shopping at pound stretcher there, 118.031. So he must have got the super glue and his Disprins and Cocoramol all there for £1. 109.736 Gaz. C7 gets himself. On my Unicorn. Fairly new to the league as Unicorn, not a slow lad whatsoever. He's in the Ferrari, up the hill he goes, 33% the battery, round that right-hander. He just slows it a wee bit more than the normal there. Has he backed off the lap? Yes, he has. He's backed off this lap for certain. So he's going to build up and go again, I think. I've got a feeling he's just going to jump into the pits here, or possibly just build. I'm not too sure what his fuel situation's like. But just let's see, just in case I'm wrong. No, he's on a lap. Oh, and a damn good lap too, 108.906. That looked awfully slow round those U-bends. Sometimes that's very deceiving. So absolutely fabulous lap there from Unicorn at a 108.906, putting him in a very respectable provisional second place in that Ferrari. Let's see who hasn't been out yet. Let's ride on board with Sneaky. 109.504 he gets, so that puts him in 12th position. Just going to bounce over Low Pro. Low Pro shaping up now, and he's starting his full lap. So I'm going to stay on for the full lap of Low Pro in this Racing Bull this evening. Low Pro's right up there in the league. I think he's sitting in about number 4 at the moment, so expecting a 108 something out of Low Pro. Off he goes. 201 miles per hour, right up to 203 into that left-hander. Needs to keep off the throttle, gently puts it on into that left-hander, takes all of the rumble strip and into the DRS zone on his first very, very fast straight here in Brazil. 203 miles per hour, round the left-hander, and then up the hill he goes, and he'll use a bit of ERS, which is the right thing to do up the hill. Nice bit of courtesy on the right there, letting him pass, and then into those squirrely rights and lefts here up at the top of the hill in Brazil. Round to the left he goes, gently onto the throttle. Oh, he gets it a little bit squirrely at the front there, into the right-hander, and again back very, very gently onto the throttle, and he is very, very, very fast here, apart from that one little incident. So I'm just not too sure exactly what lap he's going to get, but if I had to bet, I would say 1 1092 is what I would guess. .1087, even better, and that puts Low Pro in second position. That is a fantastic one. Well done, sir. On McKelly Kid, on his lap. Here is your league leader at this moment in time in the Kicksaba, just going round the first left-hander into the right. Just look at how he attacks the corners. Absolutely every single bit of that corner taken, and as close to that white line as he dares into the left-hander. Doesn't lose an awful lot of pace there. Straight onto the accelerator. Up the hill he goes. 49% left, and this guy is cooking. You know what, lads, it's all about practice, and I do think Kelly has put a few laps in here before he's been on tonight. So I really believe that Kelly is on for a very, very, very good lap here. Fully expect him. I would have to guess here, maybe the very low 108s. It just depends how he managed every single corner here this evening. But here he comes. Just have a look at that timer at the top. This is heading towards a 108 something. And it's a 108.657, putting Kelly Kidd in provisional second place this evening. So Mazamak, right up there. Kelly Kidd, Low Pro, Unicorn, Black Box, Mr. Harry, Ken Boy, Ben Wally. Let's go for a night lap with Ben. He was good enough to come in as a reserve tonight, so let's be good enough to give him a lap. So he's just warming up that second set of soft compound tyres, and he is now settling that car down, getting the heat into the tyres, getting as much relaxation in that cockpit as he can so that he can just flow round the track. And we'll be watching the deltas at the top to see if Ben Wally can improve on a 109. Let's see what Ben can do. Riding on board with this Ferrari and Ben Wally at the wheel. That's very, very nice. Into the DRS. 203 seems to be about the speed. He's 2/10 up at the moment, so that's going to put him on a 108.8 at the moment. And I think he might just even improve because he's still a lot of energy left in the battery, and he really slams into that right-hander, and into this right-hander he goes right over the line, taking every bit of the apex into the left-hander, and slowly but surely Mazamak a 108.613. He now gets provisional pole in the Haas. And here comes Ben. What's he got at the end of sector 2? Is he 5/10 up? No, he's still only 2/10 up. So it looks like what I said is going to come true. This should give Ben a 108.8. I reckon this might put him in 6th or 7th place. Oh, he's going to bounce into the pits. He was on a hot lap there, but he must believe he can do better than that. So Ben Wally stays in 10th at the moment, and I'm just going to then go down and look for anybody who may be out on a lap right now. Poor Mr. Twist's on the naughty step, so he's going to start from the back of the grid. Not sure what he did to deserve that, but he must have done something. These stewards have to give out the penalty points. On with Sneaky. Sneaky just sneaked out for a sneaky lap. He didn't think Gavin would be looking, but I'm watching. Lost all my time, S3, Gav. Would have been less. And, you were right up there, buddy. You had 2/10. I was putting you down for a 108.8, so get out there and give it another bash. And here comes Sneaky. Good evening, Mr. Twist. What's up, buddy? Topping up of license points. That's good. Don't be getting the dartboard score, though. What's it like being on the naughty step tonight? Is it really good? Into the left-hander, and then the right-hander he's going to take on now, and in another right, he absolutely throws it there. Oh, but he gets a bit squirrely there, and Sneaky is not going to get any improvement here from P5, I don't think. But let's just see at the end of Sector 2 what his times are like. 4 minutes to go in this qualifying here tonight in Brazil. This is Revolt Racing League on a Wednesday night. This is Brazil, as you know, and I'm Gavin Bass 1, and it's really good to see everybody enjoying this race tonight. Haha, I get to watch you, so I guess that's a silver lining. Absolutely. Did you catch the intros? If not, watch them back, buddy. They're really good, I must say. I must say myself, I've been entered into a little streaming competition in Northern Ireland, and I've been put forward as Streamer of the Year. So I'm going to be grabbing quite a bit out of some of these races and putting them in together. And apparently it's all about creativity. So I think it was pretty creative tonight. So looking forward to hearing your feedback on what you thought of the opener for Brazil tonight. On with Ken Boy. Ken Boy's out for a lap here, so let's see if Ken Boy can improve on a 109.078. Mazamak still holds that fastest lap at a 108.613. This Williams is now on an official lap, and this is more than likely his last opportunity tonight to put something on the board better than 9th. So on he goes. He must have his wings set a little lower than others. He got to 205 miles per hour there, but that will compromise him on the corners. But it swings and roundabouts. It's all about the lap time. And we're now going to see what he gets. Drops down into 6th gear into this right-hander. I love this part of the track. I must say I'm quite fast on this track myself. Thanks, Brody. Thank you very much. It was great. Wee bit of Brazilian music and all at the end. Off we go, up the hill we go, and we are going to see if we can get... Oh, look at Ben Wally. Oh, look at Ben Wally. Oh, Ken Boy puts it over the line on a 108.719, and that puts Ken Boy in 4th position. And Ben Wally puts it in pole position this evening provisionally at Revolt Racing League here tonight in Brazil. And this lad is a reserve, so watch out. Ben Wally's in town. On with Labrat. Move over, let the lad through. Come on, let the lad through. Oh God, that lap has been compromised. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not good. I don't think I think he was on a lap okay. Unicorn puts in a 108.906, so Unicorn sitting in 9th position at the moment. And here comes Mr. Harry. And Mr. Harry's going very well at a 108.415, putting Mr. Harry now in pole position. Mr. Harry pulls one right out of the magic box, and he puts the middle finger right up, and he says, Ben Wally, you might be a reserve, but I'm one of the regulars, and you ain't beating me tonight. Well done, Mr. Harry. Oh, McKelly, 108.3, and Mr. Kelly says to the guys, you know what, guys, I'm the boss. Don't be getting too comfortable. There's lots left in my tank. So he puts it in provisional P1 as near enough as expected. But just look at those names right up there. But especially look at the times. There is nothing between P1 and P12. Honestly, this is really tight here in Brazil this evening. On the black box, he's driving the Haas, and Black Box wants to do better. Let's see if he can. 108 watts. It's a 187, and he's now up to P8, and that's Black Box in the Haas. P8 for Black Box. Well done, sir. And it looks like we're coming very close to the end of our quali this evening. Anybody else still out on a lap? Looks like Mischief. Let's give Mischief a wee bit of love. He is in 12th position at the moment. His best time is 109.80007. But have I just left it too late to give Mischief a wee bit of the Gavin love? Don't think so. He's still there, and he's on a lap, and off he goes up the hill. Lots of battery left, but I don't think this looks like a lap to me. This looks like a limp into the pits. No, it's a lap. So I just got quite confused there, as you do when you approach 62 years of age. So apologies for that, but you know what? I don't really care. So that's the end of your qualifications tonight. The lads are going to take a 2 or 3 minute break before a beautiful formation lap here in Brazil. I've been told through my contacts that there's going to be Rain, Kelly Kidd, P1, Harry, P2, Mazza, P3, Low Pro, So that seems to be us back and up and running. Let me just get everything turned off and make sure that nothing's compromising this old internet connection tonight. P1's Kelly, Harry second in the McLaren, Mazamak in the Haas, Low Pro in the Racing Bull, Ben Wally fifth in Ferrari, Ken Boy in the Williams, Ribs is in the Aston Martin, Black Box is in the Haas, Labrat is in the Racing Bull, Sneaky Loser is in the Red Bull, Unicorn driving the Ferrari this evening, Gaz in the Alpine, Mischief in the Williams, Basic Beetle in the Red Bull in 14th position, Hooley in the Mercedes in 15th, GoBox in the Kick 16th, Maverick 17th, Jackal 18th, Little Aaron 19th, and at the back on this full grid tonight in Brazil in light rain is Mr. Twist. And we're just waiting for the start of this race and waiting for the lights to ignite. Telemetry's on, maps on, and we're just waiting as the nerves are absolutely tingling in these guys' bodies, waiting for this start. Let's see if we can get a clean one here in Brazil. I'm Gavin Bass 1. This is Revolt Racing League. This is Brazil. We have the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's go in Brazil. Off they go. And it is Kelly that looks like has got the start that he required. And off he goes. That McLaren goes wide. And we're just going to watch them all round this corner. Is there any damage? Is there any... Oh, this looks to be quite clean. That McLaren went off. But right now, there's no touching going on. And it just looks to me that we might just possibly have a clean start to this race. Yes, there was a little bit of tapping going on. And yes, that's fully expected. But off goes Kelly in the rain with Mazamak in P2 chasing him down with Low Pro and Ben Wally in fourth position on with Ben Wally. Just listen to that car struggling for grip on that wet surface this evening here as they go round the right-hander on the first lap of this race this evening. A full 36 laps tonight with the Revolt Racing League as they turn the left-hander and approach the uphill section into the start-finishing line. And it is Kelly Kidd in P1. Over the line he will go, and he has now just jumped out of a 1 second gap. That doesn't really matter in terms of DRS because there isn't going to be until that rain goes over. So let's hope that it does dry up and it makes this a very technical race. And it's all going to be who gets into the pits, who makes the right choices, who makes the timing, and who gets the whole thing completely right, which should win them the race if they do so. Penalties are something people are going to need to avoid, and I'm going to bounce right down. Let's see. I'm on with Mischief now. Let's see where Mischief is. He's in P13, and he's got GoBox right behind him in the kick, and there's a little scrap going on here. So let's just see what Mischief's got in this Williams tonight. Up the hill he goes. You can see how tentative the drivers need to be round the corners. Too much acceleration and they'll lose the back end of that car and then find themselves doing a little double sulco on the grass if they don't watch out. On my Unicorn now. Unicorn's trying to move in the Ferrari. He's got ribs in his sight in the Aston Martin. Kelly Kidd puts in the fastest lap of the race at a 1:20, and he's pulled away nearly 2 seconds of a lead as this Ferrari is chomping at the bit here to try and get on the back of the Aston Martin to try and make a move. But with no DRS and 60% the battery, and also ribs with exactly the same type of battery, Both of these guys are going to be finding it very hard to make a pass, as he will try and put it right into the centre. He's going to take the inside line. That blocks off the corner for Unicorn, and that's very, very, very mature sort of racing, and that's what you need to be doing, is block the person out behind you and make that car as big as you possibly can make it. That's fair, and that's very, very, very expected in this league and this calibre of racing here tonight in Brazil. On the gas, he's in the Alpine. Not much between all of these guys. There's a caution. What has happened? It's just a very temporary one. Somebody just went off track. But we're on the pulley, and it's welcome back pulley. But you're not being welcomed very much by Leon, because Leon is on your tail, and I think Leon is going to take you and put you back into 14th position here. Let's just see if Leon can make it. On the outside he goes, side to side, tire by tire. He pulls in and he makes that work round that left-hander. And yes, look at the front end just releasing from the very, very tarmacs that it's trying to hold on. What a fantastic manoeuvre to keep that on the track. Well done, Leon. On the Maverick. He's driving the McLaren. Can Maverick get himself up into P15? Can he put Pulley behind him? Can he chase down Basic Beetle in the Red Bull? Can he then go on to take on Mischief? Who knows? But that will be his plan. And let's see what part of this plan can be carried out on this left-hander going in to another left-hander up into the fast part of the track. Can he get close enough to the tail end to be able to make a move? My suggestion is no. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Not in the wet. I don't think that is possible. On the low pro. Low pro's chasing down Mazamak for that P2 position. You can see now that Kelly is only 1.4 seconds ahead. So there's a wee bit of gaining going on here, and the lads are starting to get back onto the tail of that kick, and that could make for some very, very interesting stuff going forward. Into the right-hander he goes. You can see just how easy he's taking it round here. He's nursing, and he needs to nurse because he does not want to spin, and what he needs to do is just keep that car solidly stuck to the track as best as he can on these intermediates. Gobuck gets rewarded with the first penalty of the evening of 3 seconds for track limits. Almost sneaky. Sneaky's going to try and make a move here in the Red Bull, and he's going to try and take Labrat. Has he got the power? He's definitely he's squeezing really hard, but there's no point using it anymore, bud. You're just going to have to form that queue, and you're going to have to take your time, because in the wet conditions, these moves are few and far between. On with Mischief. And Mischief is really trying on his friend and fellow RPL driver, Mischief. And Mischief is now being passed by Leon. So that move has been made, and I'm just going to see if Mischief can take him. Sorry, I got that wrong. Leon was always in the lead here, so reverse that bit of commentary. Round the right-hander into the left. And Leon is holding him off very nicely. But let's have a look at Maverick. Maverick is trying an inside move here, and he is pretty much trying to make it work. There's an outside car and Maverick gets himself into P16. Kelly Kidd with a 1:24.245 in the rain on the intermediate compound tires. Brilliant lap for Kelly Kidd, and he has now pulled that lead by 2.6 seconds. Look at Jackal. Oh, he gets taken by little Aaron. So Dr. Jackal needs to turn into Mr. Hyde very quickly and get that angry head on, and don't let those guys get past. So Jackal, get the boot down and get that position back. He's driving the Aston Martin this evening, and he's chasing down the Mercedes of little Aaron as they go up that hill. And I'm now watching for Maverick, who's trying it again, and Maverick is really pushing, and he is on the limits of the rain at the moment, and he is trying everything within his possible toolbox to try and pick off Mischief, but he's not succeeding at the moment. But he's driving very closely, and obviously has a little bit of pace here that he needs to get past and make some moves. But doing that is a very different scenario. Look how quick he's going up the gears to try and prevent those tires from screaming and spinning in the rain. He is eyeing up this Williams of Mischief. Is he going to do a dive bomb? I don't think he is. And round the left-hander he goes. And he'll maybe have another little look of it on the straight. But almost Nicky Loser, he's having a go here. And just look at this. 2 or 3 very tight little battles going on here, but the overtakes are few and far between as that Aston goes really wide of Ribs. Let's just jump on board with Ribs. He's trying an inside move here. Can he make this work? No, he can't. Again, he has to form that wet type racing orderly queue, and he has to just wait his time. So the guys will be praying for this rain to do one and get onto those soft compound tires and get some racing and get some benefit from the DRS zones that are on this track. On with Low Pro. Let's jump on with Low Pro. He's trying very hard to chase down Mazamak. This is Haas versus Racing Bull, turn 1, Brazil, and back on into this first very fast part of this section. Down we go. No DRS, no assistance whatsoever, just that left-hand button you have on your steering wheel to give yourself a little bit of energy, and you can see that he used everything near enough there to try and get back onto the tail of Mazamak. On Magaz. He's driving the Alpine, up the hill he goes. He's trying to chase down Labrat. Very few watching tonight. Don't know what's wrong with everybody, but they're normally here. I just hope my stream's coming through loud and clear. Chloe, are you still watching? If so, is the stream loud and clear? Sometimes people bounce off if it's stalled jerky. Jackal gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. So the penalties now are starting to chalk up, and there we have them. 3 seconds for Maverick, 3 for Jackal, and 3 for GoBox as it stands right now. Everybody is on the intermediate tires, and everybody is on the same tires they started with tonight. Nicky Loser trying it again, but just cannot pull that vital pass on that Alpine at this moment in time. But he is trying, and we'll see if he can do anything down the straight here. Not happening here. On with Ben Wally. He's in P4. I had the pleasure of escorting this lad on a chartered McLaren A320 Airbus the other day, and I took him from Las Vegas airport, and we landed in Los Angeles, took in all the views. He had lobster, caviar and champagne, and he was being looked after by my top hostess, Tracy. He had a wonderful time. He is the CEO, assistant manager, a boss man of RPL, and he has graced us with his presence tonight, and he is doing a sterling job in P4. I know Ben of old. I've been talking to him for now guts of a year, and I know Ben will be wanting a podium tonight. And if he does, he will be in really, really good form, because he's amongst some very, very fast drivers tonight, although Ben is rapid. Down the straight he goes. Going to go on with Unicorn for a while, because Unicorn misses me and he loves a bit of love. So we're on that Ferrari of Unicorn, and he's now chasing down the Alpine, and he's just giving him a little tap on the back to say, oh, there's somebody goes off. Was that Mr. Harry? Who was that went off? Somebody had a terrible slide there. Was it Ribs? Yeah, I think it was Ribs in the Aston Martin. Did Ribs get any damage? Let's just have a look. Yes, he did. He's lost the end plate of the left wing, so Ribs is going to have to go into the pits. I wonder, will Ribs chance a set of hards? That would be a real gamble. It's something like I would do. Pretty stupid probably, but it's like something I would try, just to try and get an edge and be out in that dry before everybody else does. You might have to limp round for a couple of laps, but right now, at this moment in time, it looks like that rain possibly is on for another while yet. On with Leon. Come on, Leon, let's be having you. This lad does a bit of commentating for the RPL Bronze Division on a Monday night, and a blaming good job he does. And he's going to make a beautiful overtake here, and he's going to take this Mercedes on the outside, and he's going to try and make it stick, but they're side by side round here. That's a lovely move, and Maverick holds him off right now, but Basic Beetle is not going to hold on for too long. In fact, he's taken it, and Little Aaron's behind him in the Mercedes. Sorry, once again the old man gets confused. But yes, Leon does commentary on the Bronze Division for RPL on a Monday night, and if you don't have him, look him up on Twitch, get him followed and watch his races. Does a great job. Some really, really good stuff going on in the Bronze Division. Yes, they are a little reckless at times, but it does make for some really, really good commentary that comes from Leon, the commentator in that league. Mr. Harry. Oh, that McLaren goes off and gives... Oh, he comes back onto the track, but he's going to have to give that position away. And that just lets the Red Bull of Leon take that position. And Leon has now got himself up into 14th. And he is now on the chase for Mr. Harry. Almost Nicky. Round the left-hander, you can see that Alpine of gas is starting to get very squirrely. And you know what? Sneaky will have that all imprinted in his mind, and he will try and make the move, because that will have upset and unsettled the Alpine driver momentarily. And up the inside he goes. He makes it work. Do they keep it clean? Yes, they do. And that Red Bull of Sneaky takes P7 position. But that's Gaz is not letting him away, and he's going to fight for that position back. On the low pro. Everybody's still on those intermediates. A few people have made their first stop. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run down the drivers one by one. And it looks like that kick of GoBox was ghosting there. He's about to get lapped here, is he? Yep, Kelly Kidd is in P1 at this moment in time. So let's just see. I'm not 100% sure, but Unicorn just puts in a 1:19.668. I'm not 100% sure, but is that kick of GoBox ghosting? This is fantastic teamwork if he's not. Don't know what's going on there. I just can't get my head quite round that. On screen, that looks like a ghosting kick. I wonder, should I try and maybe invite GoBox back? Let me just try 1 wee second. I don't seem to have him. No, I don't think I can get him back in. That's if he is limping. Anyway, Kelly Kidd 1. Then in 2, we've got Ken Boy in the Williams. He is considerably behind Kelly at the moment, but I think, what is happening here? I just quite, yeah, he's in second position at the moment. Maverick gets a 3-second penalty. Sneaky is in third position at the moment at Red Bull. Mazza in the Haas right behind him, and he is trying to make a move on the Red Bull ASAP. But right behind him, you've got Low Pro, and he's in the Racing Bull, and he is also trying very, very hard as they all gather up together. Mr. Twist is in sixth position in the Alpine with Ben Wally right on his tail. And let's just watch to see if Ben can make this stick. On the outside line he goes, and it looks like a side to side, up the straight he goes, but the Alpine goes in to, or the Red Bull goes into the pits, and Ben Wally now on track, fourth position for Ben. Well done, Ben. Lovely round that left-hander, taking those corners beautifully and not losing very much traction. And you know what? That is the secret. GoBox gets a 3-second time penalty, and the penalties are starting to really rank up. Let's have a look at the stops. Okay, but everybody's nearly had a stop now, apart from Jackal and Kelly Kidd, and that's why Kelly Kidd is 26 seconds in the lead right now at this time. So we'll go back to that, and we'll look at that in a different angle very shortly to see exactly where track positions are. But right now, look at Mr. Twist. He's your biggest gainer this evening, up 10 positions from the final last place right up to 10th. Mr. Harry isn't having a good start. He's down 12, as is in Ribs. They must have had a little incident. And look at Unicorn. He has gained 4 positions and Black Box 3. Everything else apart from Pulley. Pulley is up 3, and he's now got himself into 12th position in his comeback race tonight. I haven't seen Pulley for ages, and it's great to see him back racing with Revolt Racing League on a Wednesday night. There's your penalties. 6 seconds for Maverick, 3 for Jackal, and 6 for GoBox. So Kelly Kidd's now made a stop, and Kelly Kidd's still in P1. So running down them one by one again. Kelly 1, Mazza 2, Low Pro 3, Ben Wally 4, Black Box 5, Ken Boy in the Williams 6th, Unicorn 7th. In 8th is Labrat, and there's a bit of separation now going on track. Not too many close battles. Sneaky is in 9, Mr. Twist is in 10th, Gaz 11th, Pulley in 12th, and Mischief in that Williams is in 13th position. Leon, Basic Beetle, 14th, 15th Mr. Harry, both McLarens together, and they're having a little battle, and that is Mr. Harry and Maverick in the McLarens, and they're going to have a bit of fun seeing out to the end of this race. Dr. Jackal is in 17th position in the Aston. In the Mercedes is Little Aaron, and right back in the 19th position is Ribs in the Aston Martin, and unfortunately GoBox is right back in the last position this evening. Not too sure what happened to Go Bucks, but it looked like he was ghosting earlier, but he still seems to be in the session okay. So let's find the battle. The closest battle at the moment is Maverick. The two McLarens are having a little go at each other. Please, goodness, let that rain go off. Just some details on the track. It's the first Grand Prix ever here was in 1973. It's a 4,309 kilometre track, which is about 3.1 miles. It's anti-clockwise, as you can see. Obviously, it's a mix of uphill straights, twisting corners. So some of the guys will have gone for a low downforce. Some of them will have adjusted their wing to try and get better cornering. Who knows who's on what strategy? You can't really tell, but you can tell sometimes by the top speed on the straights who is running the low wing. The pit stop lost time tonight is 23.08 seconds, and as I said, there is a very high percentage of a safety car at 86% and a virtual safety car at 43%. So it does make for very demanding and most likely unpredictable racing here in Brazil, especially with the rain. In terms of your league at the minute, Kelly Kidd is leading the league in first place. Black Box is second. Mazamak is in third. Low Pro is in fourth. And Go Bucks is in fifth. And in sixth place is Mischief. And that's how the standings are before this race started here in Brazil. But if I'm not wrong, I think that rain may just be easing off. And we'll see the gamblers gamble very soon. See who puts in the first sort of gamble on the soft tyres. On board with Low Pro, and he is still trying furiously to get this pass on Mazamak. Can he make the pass on the Haas? I should be a poet and I don't know it. 1:18.559 for Kelly Kidd. Go Bucks pulls over, so something wrong with Go Bucks. Not too sure what it is, but maybe Go Bucks can let us know what happened. It must have been an incident. But can that pass be made? 57% the battery versus 54% of the battery. These guys are so neck and neck, it's unbelievable. But Kelly Kidd is your race leader at the moment with 4.5 seconds of a lead over these two lads, fighting it furiously for P2. Ben Wally is back up into fourth, and he is now in the contention for a podium if he can just make the vital pass on Low Pro or Mazamak. But he is going to try very hard, and I do believe that the rain is starting to lighten, and I'm going to watch very, very carefully now to see what the tyre situation is. So I'm just watching to see who's going to bounce into the pits, who's going to make that superb gamble, if anybody, or who stays out on these intermediate tyres for a longer time. But right now, the rain is still very visible, and it wouldn't be advisable to change at this moment in time. Almost sneaky. Nothing really happening there. I'm going to go down to Mischief because he's being tracked down by Jackal, and he has that Aston Martin coming up right behind him. Let's just go on with Jackal and watch him. He's going to try that inside, then sort of a switchback, but it's not working. But he's trying everything he can. This is the lad that does all your stats and all the numbers for the league. Does a great job too, and he's going to make a move. He has pace, and he goes the outside. That Williams is definitely going to go neck and neck along this straight. Let's have a look. And yes, the Aston takes him, and that Aston jumps right up into P16, leaving Mischief in P17. But you know what? Mischief doesn't hang about either. Let's watch him try and take that position back. But he needs to get much closer. On with Labrat. He's now got himself a little battle with Unicorn. Unicorn's got himself a little battle with Ken Boy. So there's a wee three-way battle going on here between the Williams, Ferrari and Racing Bull this evening. Lap 22 of 36. Let's hope we get some dry racing for at least 10 or so laps. Wouldn't that be fun? Round that left-hander they go. I must say, so far so good, lads. Quite a nice bit of clean racing going on here tonight in Brazil. I know there must have been a couple of little incidents earlier based on GoBox time. Don't know exactly what happened, but something did happen. And ribs as well. So I just don't know what happened, but just wish that those guys could maybe just keep racing and keep on going. Ben Wally in fourth in the Ferrari. Ben wants and needs, for his own self-pride, he is wanting a podium tonight in Revolt. Let's stay on board for a wee while to see if Ben can do it. But right behind Ben, nobody. He has got nobody 10 seconds ahead of the next person who is black box in the Haas. Ben was one of the lads that went, oh yes, when he saw there was rain. And you know why? Because he drives well in the rain, and he's proving that tonight in this P4 position. Unicorn gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Unicorn, you are I'm not going to say it, because you'll say it yourself. You will be swearing yourself up and down making that mistake. It's one that still is being made regularly in every single race that I do commentary on. It's a blaming disaster, but you just need to learn to press those brakes way before you normally do. Yes, you will lose that little bit of time doing it, but it's not worth 10 seconds, because that's going to be very, very difficult now to make back. Now Ben has got that car in the position that he needs. He's got 60% of battery, and that car in front, which is Mazamak, got a bit squirrely there. But he did rescue it, and yet Ben still can't make the move, and he will keep trying. Jumping on to Mr. Twist. Hasn't he done absolutely brilliant? Let's look at the position changes. Look at that, 13 positions up from 20th to P7. So Mr. Twist is definitely going very well in this Alpine, and he could be my driver of the day. Even though he has got a penalty, I still think he may deserve it. So let's see how it goes as the race continues on. Lap 24 of 36. Still light rain here in Brazil, and still fighting very, very hard as Mr. Twist tries to take Labrat for his 6th position. Little Aaron gets a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings. So Little Aaron has gone outside that white line 3 too many times, and he's picked up himself that penalty. Ben Wally still trying in 4th position, and he's getting close and close and close, but yet Ben just can't get this move made. And Low Pro and Mazamak are in front of him, and Mazamak is making very, very, very good defence manoeuvres to keep Ben behind. Ben jumps into the pits. So I'm very interested to see what Ben does here. He's going to put another set of intermediates on. So Ben expects it to rain for a while yet. Fresh set of intermediates goes on for Ben Wally, and he then limps out of the pits in pit mode, and he will come out. Let's see who is going to pass him and where he comes out in position. round that left-hander in the pits. This can be a difficult little pit outing, I must say. Keeps it nicely, and off he comes, and he's going to jump out into fourth position. Just about keeps that fourth position, and Ben Wally is now on a fresh set of intermediate tyres, and he is really, really going to push hard. Lots of little changes going on now because there's been a few pits. Let's see that the stops have been made. So there's your stops. People have made 2 stops. A lot of guys still out there on 1 stop. A lot of people still on 12 and 11 lap old mediums or intermediates. So there are going to be pit stops very shortly, or they're going to get themselves into puncture area. And Ben Wally gets right up into 4th position again. Back to Sneaky, and Sneaky, oh, look at that Aston Martin go wide there. Cracking battle going on between these 4 lads. This is Ben Wally in 4th. Two seconds behind him, we've got Ken Boy. But look at behind him, he's got a battle. So it's Williams, Racing Bull, Alpine and Red Bull all fighting it out here for that P5 position that Ken Boy at this moment in time holds. And holding it well, he is. 10 laps to go. Will this rain go off? I honestly think it is. Few guys jumping into the pits now. On with Mr. Twist. He's in P7. And Mr. Twist is trying to move again on Labrat. And he wants that P6 position. Very gingerly and very nicely round that left-hander. Doesn't lose too much traction. Gets up those gears as quick as he possibly can. Looks like has a wee bit of pace here. Now he's going to squeeze very hard if he's going to make the move, but I don't think he's going to do it. He's just happy enough to tuck in there, and he wants something easier than that and something more definite, and he might just try it here. Labrat's got 76 of battery to defend, so he's got a lot of defence there with the battery. So this will be an amazing inside move if it can be made. No, he just cannot do it. It's just too difficult, and he doesn't want to risk a catastrophe by doing it. But look at this. As they go to try an inside dive here, sometimes you can do it, but in the rain, it's more than difficult. Down to Mischief. As you can see, a lot of separation and not too many battles going on. But what I will do is I'm going to have a quick look at the stop situation. There you have it. A lot of people still on the original tyres there of the 1 stop. But there's a caution. And have we got our first safety car? Labrat gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Everybody is watching very carefully. Drive-through penalty under safety car for Go Bucks. So there's the delta. That's what that red light flashes for, and he has got himself a race-wrecking 10-second penalty there. Let's have a look at these penalties. But I have got a feeling we have a safety car. And I'm just going to jump on board with Kelly Kidd to see if he does pick up a safety car here. Not too sure if it is. Kelly's jumping into the pits. So I can only presume there's a safety car here. I wish the game would be a wee bit more realistic with that. I wish they would tell you. I'm looking for that dot on the track. Lots and lots and lots of changes being made. There's your penalty situation. But right now, the first 5 guys on the track at the moment are all running penalty free. Kelly still holds P1. And yes, there is a safety car. And yes, there's a lot of catching up to do. So that gives me the opportunity to pour myself a double espresso. I will leave it on this broadcast mode. This is Revolt Racing League on a Wednesday night in Brazil in the rain. And that rain is still coming down and looks like we might have a complete wet race with only 7 laps to go. This is lap 29 and we're under safety car with Kelly Kidd leading the race, and I'll be back just in 2 seconds. Still under safety car here in Brazil. And it looks like there's still quite a bit of separation here on the track, waiting on guys to continue to get back on the back of this queue. So this is going to be 5 frantic laps. And does it look to me that this track is drying out? Let's have a look at the tyre situation. Has anybody made a prediction? Yes, Ribs is the only one that has thought, I might try and get the weather forecast right, and he has gone on to a set of medium tyres, and it'll be interesting to see how those tyres perform here in this light rain. Has he done it too early, or has he pulled a masterstroke on the rest of the field? I even think if it dries up with only 4 laps to go or 5 laps to go, they might just push the intermediates to the end, even if it dries up. Very, very interesting here in Brazil tonight with Revolt Racing League. Kelly Kidd's your leader, Ben Wally in second, Low Pros in third, Mazamax in fourth in the Haas. In the Alpine, Mr. Twist's in fifth. Brilliant 15th position gain for Mr. Twist. Ken Boy in the Williams is in sixth. Sneaky Loser is in seventh in the Red Bull. In the Haas this evening's Black Box, and he's in P8. Alpine of Gaz is in P9, and the Mercedes of Pouilly coming back tonight in Revolt Racing League is our Pouilly, and he is in P10. 11th in the Red Bull is Basic Beetle, who is Leon. Unicorn, hi Unicorn, you're in the Ferrari and you're sitting in P12 now. Ribs gets a 3-second penalty now for multiple warnings. 13th Maverick, Labrat in 14th, Harry in 15th, Mischief is in 16th, and Mischief is still on those intermediate tyres as well. 17th is Little Aaron, Jackal is in 18th, Ribs in 19th, 20th is GoBucks, and Kelly Kidd is now going to restart this race. Lap 31 of 36, and he's going to back the lads up, and he is going to try for a sneaky start to this restart of the race in Brazil. Lap 31, and this could be frantic, this could be carnage, and let's just see what happens in turn 1 in the rain as the restart happens. Everybody behind them is flying, and they're trying. Here we go. Kelly Kidd leading the race, turn 1, round the corner they go. Anybody getting it wrong? Looks like everybody is forming a really nice queue here, and it looks to be quite clean as those two guys are having a little battle. Oh, the Aston Martin there is ghosting. And it all looks pretty safe and sound out there at the moment, right down as far as that Aston Martin, and that is Ribs. Dr. Jackal looks as if he's ghosting. Don't know what happened there. But anyway, Kelly Kidd's in the lead. In P2 is Ben Wally. And Ben Wally will be excited about this. Can Ben Wally take the lead tonight? These ghosting cars are a real problem, but Ben now has Kelly Kidd in his sight, but he's out of that 1 second zone, and now he's chasing down. A P2 for Ben Wally will be an exciting position end for him. Round the left-hander they go. Let's just get them all round this left-hander safely. Wee bit of squirreliness from the Williams there, on with the Red Bull. And yes, it all seems to be clean right now as we just go down them one by one. Unicorn's trying to move here on the Red Bull. Come on, Unicorn, give it loads, buddy. Oh, we've got another caution. What's happened now? Oh my goodness gracious me, what has happened? It looks like Little Aaron has come off, and Little Aaron is running with absolutely no front wing whatsoever. He has lost the wing, and that very well could be another safety car. I am not 100% sure, but it looks like it. And yes, we've got another safety car this evening. So a disappointing end to this race in Brazil, lap 33, and this safety car could go on for quite a number of laps. I would hate the race to end under safety car. If it does, Kelly Kidd is going to be your race winner tonight. Ribs gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, so Ribs will be furious with that. GoBucks gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. So an absolute mess going on here in lap 34. As they all regroup once again here in Brazil. What an unfortunate end to what was quite an exciting race. Let's have a look at that penalty situation. There you go. 3 for Mr. Twist, 3 for Gaz, 6 for Maverick, a drive through for Ribs, 3 seconds for Jackal, a drive through for Go Bugs, and 3 seconds for Little Aaron. Go Bugs gets a 3-second penalty just to add on to his 3 seconds, or his drive through. So he is now really, really, really struggling. Are we going to have 2 laps? It looks like we probably are, as Kelly Kidd is now backing them up, and it's going to be a sprint to the line, and off goes Kelly. Once again, we've got a restart. We've got 2 very, very sprint-type laps going on here as they go into turn 1. Ben Wally in second. Everybody's getting, the Alpine and the Haas touch there, but it's okay. Everybody else seems to be getting round that. Not too bad. Was there a little collision there with the Ferrari of Unicorn? And Unicorn's got himself up in the 11th position. Did that Red Bull of Leon get put out slightly there by Unicorn? I don't know. Not for me to comment on. But that something happened there to put Unicorn so far ahead and Leon so far behind. But we've got only 2 laps to go, and we got to stay on with Kelly Kidd and Ben Wally in second position at the moment, as Ben really tries his best to make his stamp tonight in Revolt as a reserve driver. He has stayed out of trouble. He hasn't caused any problems. A reserve driver always tries to be as clean as he possibly can, because he realises everybody else in the league is in a race for their title. And Ben Wally has done exactly what I would have thought Ben would do, and that is a very, very professional job as a reserve, sitting here in P2, battling for P1 against the kick of Kelly Kidd in P1. And Kelly Kidd is going to be very hard to overtake, and I'll tell you what, Low Pro is in third, and he would love that second step on the podium. Can he get it? Lap 36 of 36 laps in Brazil with Revolt Racing League is now on its way, and we are definitely in for a final sprint. Labrat gets a final 3-second penalty. Kelly Kidd needs to just keep it on track, and Kelly Kidd just needs to keep it smooth, and Ben Wally needs to do the same thing, and Ben just might pick up a second spot tonight. Lots of penalties there for speeding in the pit lane. Don't know what was going on there, but this is the final, and here we come. On with Kelly Kidd, and he goes up the hill, and he is going to take your race win tonight in Brazil. And there's a caution, but that will not mean anything. Kelly Kidd, P1 in Brazil for Revolt Racing League tonight. Ben Wally having an absolute battle over the line here. Oh, Ben Wally holds it and gets second position over Low Pro. Fourth is Mazamak. Fifth is Black Box. And Sneaky Loser having a battle there too. Seventh's Mr. Twist. And that is the end of our race this evening, I think. Unicorn DNF'd, Jackal DNF'd, and Little Aaron DNF'd, all on that final lap. I don't know exactly what happened, but there you have your standings. Kelly Kidd won. Ben Wally, phenomenal reserve drive in the Ferrari for Ben Wally. In 3, in the Racing Bull, was Low Pro. Low Pro had a phenomenal race this evening as well. Mazamak in P4, but we'll go down them when it all comes out. So they're going to jump onto the podium. A lot of celebrations going on. Thank you to anybody who watched the stream tonight or watches it back. Lots and lots and lots of little battles going on this evening. Made for a really good race until the final couple of laps. There's your race winner, Kelly Kidd. Fastest lap, Kelly Kidd. Driver of the day, who I think I must agree with, was Mr. Twist. Mr. Twist gets the most overtakes, and our cleanest driver this evening was Black Box. And there you have the standings at the end. Kelly Kidd 1, Ben 2, Low Pro 3, Mazamak 4, Black Box 5, Sneaky Loser 6, Mr. Twist 7, Ken Boy 8, Pulley 9, Basic Beetle 10, Gaz 7. All the way down, you can see it. So that's the end of the race for this evening. That was Brazil. That was Revolt Racing League. And as always, a big thank you to the race and league owners, and that's Kelly Kidd, along with his admin staff, his stewards, and everybody else working behind the scenes to make this league such a great league to be part of. Full grids, tight racing, generally quite clean. I think there may be a couple of tickets going in tonight. Maybe I missed the incidents, but it's very, very difficult to catch them all on. I hope everybody enjoyed the comms tonight. I hope everybody enjoys the intro that gives you an idea what Brazil's like on a carnival evening. And a massive congratulations to every single driver who turned out tonight and provided anybody who watches this stream with a very, very, very competitive race. I've been Gavin Bass 1, as always, with Revolt Racing League on a Wednesday night. And I would just like to say, have a good week, guys, and I'll see you all next Wednesday night.
Gavin Bass on the microphone. The energy is high, feel the vibe in the zone. Engines roar as the lights go down. Racers ready, it's a battle for the crown. Who will rise? Who will stand tall? On the top step, they'll answer the call. With hearts racing and spirits ignited, the champion's moment is finally sighted. Adrenaline pumping, the crowd is alive. Speeding through corners, they take the dive. Every lap counts, the stakes are set. In this game of skill, there's no room for regret. Listen closely, hear the engine scream. Chasing glory, living the dream. Battles unfold on the asphalt track. In pursuit of victory, there's no turning back. Feel the thrill as the tires grip tight. Under the stars, everything feels right. Each curve a story, each turn a chance. In this high-speed dance, we all advance. As the checkered flag waves, the night concludes. The champion shines in the spotlight's hues. With the roar of the fans, they take